everyone, this week I was going to be discussing manga versus American comic books and why manga is simply crushing it, but I decided to hold off on that discussion for us to potentially relaunch a version of Comicstorian. There was also another reason. The internet blew up last night because apparently DC Comics / movies is all imploding. Yeah, that's right. But today's episode is brought to you by Gamer Supps. If you want to get yourself a waifu cup, or you want to get an energy drink that is less chalky than its competitors, or maybe even get yourself a sus bar, then check out our sponsor, Gamer Supps. You could use the code COMICS at checkout and get some of their amazing products. We've been drinking it all over the office and would love for you to help us continue this sponsorship. And if we do well enough, we get our own waifu cup. I don't know what I'd look like as a waifu, but it'll be interesting. You can also check out our other sponsor, Shortboxed. It's an app you put on your phone, and they're going to help you find graded comic books to add to your collection. If you go to the link down below, you can enter this month's giveaway, which is the first appearance of Killmonger, by joining their mailing list. That's all you gotta do. And then you can go to their app and start browsing if you're interested in expanding your collection. And now that the sponsorships are out of the way, let's talk about what actually happened last night about 5 p.m. Let's go back in time. Dan would have put some cool graphics up there if he wasn't lazy. And if there was no cool graphics, Dan was being lazy. All of this started from an article from The Hollywood Reporter, okay? Around 5 p.m. my time, they put out an article that stated at the top of it, Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward as DC movies hit a turning point, exclusive. If you actually go into the article, it basically states that right now, DC movies are on the cusp of a new era before going into a messy transition period. They basically state that Wonder Woman 3 has been submitted, but they are not going to go forward with its current incarnation. That Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward and is considered dead in its current incarnation. They're not stating that Wonder Woman 3 is canceled, that whatever was submitted by Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins is not the version of Wonder Woman 3 we're going to get. Now, this could mean that it's tied into the Snyderverse. This could mean that it's a solo project like Wonder Woman 1995, for all we know. We don't know what this incarnation of Wonder Woman 3 was going to be, but we do know that most likely it's not going to happen. But the reason I say most likely is The Hollywood Reporter, as reputable as this source is most of the time, doesn't have a direct quote from anyone. They have a just trust me bro source. And if you're wondering what a just trust me bro source is, it's when you basically state, I know an insider who has told me that these things are happening. Now, we need to go a little bit further back in time before this. You see, on December 6th, Gal Gadot tweeted out that she was excited about being Wonder Woman and that she was thanking the fans and that she was excited to show them what they were bringing to us next. December 7th is when this whole thing went down. So what that tells me is that Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins on December 6th, when she tweeted that out, around that, submitted Wonder Woman 3. December 7th, James Gunn or somebody at WB said, we're probably not going to do this version because we're going to be doing whatever James Gunn wants to do. And James Gunn has not actually submitted his plan yet. So why would you greenlight movies that may or may not line up with what he wants to actually do? If it's a 1995, if it's a 2000s, if it's a Snyderverse, we don't know, but whatever it is, isn't going to happen. Now, the article then went on a full speculation path, and this is what people ran with. They even stated into this article that it's unclear how any future Wonder Woman movie or Gadot's portrayal of the hero would fit into the new DC plan. Unclear. Warner Brothers has no comment. Also in this article, if you actually read it. It's a bit of head-scratching timing. Gadot just tweeted out of the blue a thank you to fans on Tuesday, stating that she was grateful to be allowed to play the heroine and role model, adding, can't wait to share the next chapter with you. It's unclear whether or not the actress knew the project was being toe-tagged. Again, I personally think they submitted it, and then on the 7th, it was decided, wait until we see what's going on with James Gunn. We're probably not doing this. Now, this is where the internet ran rampant with speculation that is in the Hollywood Reporter's article. The article itself reads, the rest of the DC slate remains in flux, or at least is being kept deep in the pocket of Gunn's own utility belt. But there are several rumors and possible scenarios to consider ahead of next week's meeting, when he actually meets up and presents his plan. Now, here's the thing. Several rumors and possible scenarios. Now, I'm not saying that none of these are going to happen, but I want you to take everything that is being said with a grain of salt. These are all possibilities, and I've seen this statement go even further with people going crazy about it. The first speculative rumor is that the shuttering of Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is a curtain call for the Snyderverse, the heroes cast by filmmaker Zack Snyder for his Justice League. This speculative rumor would see the shutting down of Man of Steel 2 with a returning Henry Cavill and no more Aquaman fronted by Jason Momoa. These characters are supposedly going to cameo in The Flash, and they even shot Cavill's cameo back in September. Rumor has it that inside of the offices, they're not sure if they want to put that stuff in there or go with the original Flash ending. Supposedly, rumor has it that the original Flash ending was going to basically put Supergirl in place of Superman, and that was how they were going to get rid of Cavill. So no one knows what they want to do, but again, these are all rumors being discussed from various just trust me bro sources. I'm going to get to the official statements from official personnel in a second. The second thing that they really brought into here, which is more speculation, but this is one that started about 2 weeks ago, is that Black Adam wasn't profitable, and therefore Black Adam would not be getting a sequel. And would this mean they're going to get rid of everything from Cavill to The Rock to Jason Momoa and stuff like that? Now, the rumors ran even further with this one. My favorite rumor was that Jason Momoa was going to end his tenure as Aquaman in Aquaman 2, and that they were then going to recast him as Lobo and just move forward with Jason Momoa as Lobo. As cool as that would be, I'd prefer to have him in both roles myself. The article then just goes on discussing what's going on with Momoa, what's going on with Cavill, where we currently stand with it. They reiterate things such as Superman showing up in Black Adam was a last-second addition, and they don't even have a contract in place for Superman to continue, or Henry Cavill, or anything. All of this sounds insane because where did all of this information come from? Well, it's all just trust me bro sources. There are no official sources cited or quoted in here. This could all be factual, but without a true source, we have nothing to work with. So that brings me over to the official sources. Now, the first one is actually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson disputing everything about his movie. Okay, from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Twitter, he tweeted 22 hours ago. Bear in mind, the Hollywood Reporter article came out 17 hours ago, and everyone following up on it all came out about 16 hours ago. At the time of me filming this, so by the time you watch it, it's probably much later. I'm just giving you an idea of the timeline of when these things all came out alongside each other. Waited to confirm with finances before I shared this excellent hashtag Black Adam news. Our film will profit between $52 million to $72 million. Fact. At almost $400 million worldwide, we are building our new franchise step by step. First Captain America did $370 million, and that was in like quotations or whatever, but basically he's saying they are building the new franchise step by step for the DC future. So what does this mean? This means that he is at least claiming that his movie is profitable, that he's disputing these claims that the movie is not profitable and that there will be no Black Adam 2. Do I believe this wholeheartedly, or do I feel like he's just kind of trying to save face? This could go either way. Being the man that Dwayne Johnson is, he could be trying to save face. But what I want to bring up is this is the only reputable source who's attached to one of these projects that has said anything about Black Adam. Everything else that came out was saying, industry insiders, just trust me, bro. He then followed up a little bit later with another tweet 13 hours ago at this time, which is a little bit after the Hollywood Reporter, which was a Deadline article, which basically broke down how Black Adam is going to profit. But again, this is Dwayne Johnson. He could be trying to save face that the movie didn't do what was expected. He didn't bank a ton of money and stupidly went up against Wakanda Forever. Like, what was DC and Warner Brothers thinking? Let's put out Black Adam 2 weeks before Wakanda Forever. I'm sure it'll make all of its money 2 weeks before Wakanda Forever. But that's a different thing. But on top of that, right before I was going to record this video, we got another person who is actually a part of these projects, who is actually a reputable source, who tweeted things out. James Gunn himself, the man who is going to be headlining the new DC universe. So as with the story yesterday, in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true, some of it is half-truth, some of it is not true, and some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not. You know what that first statement, I'm going to go into the rest of it, but you know what that first statement says to me? They don't know. They don't know what they want to do. He's got a plan in place he's going to present to WB next week, and until something is approved, no one knows what's happening at WB or DC or what any of these things. No one knows. Is Gal Gadot being fired? Don't know. Henry Cavill being fired? Don't know. Is it possible? Maybe he didn't tell us exactly what if this was true. Other than the only thing I think definitively is probably true is Wonder Woman 3, as it stands now, will not happen. But anyway, he goes on. Although this first month at DC has been fruitful, building the next 10 years of the story will take time, and we're still just beginning. Peter and I chose to helm DC Studios knowing that we were coming into a fractious environment, both in the stories being told and in the audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transitional period as we moved into telling a cohesive story across film, TV, animation, and gaming. But in the end, the drawbacks of that transitional period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities and opportunity to build upon what has worked in DC and help rectify what has not. We know that we are not going to make every single person happy every step of the way, but we can promise everything that we do is done in the service of the story and in the service of the DC characters that we know you cherish and we have cherished our whole lives. As for more answers about the future of DC, of the DCU, I keep wanting to add E in there, of the DCU, I will sadly have to ask you to wait. We are giving these characters and stories the time and attention that they deserve, and we ourselves still have a lot of questions to ask and answer. So what this boils down to is if you're on the internet and you're like, oh my God, they fired Henry Cavill. My favorite quote that I saw on the internet was, Henry Cavill left The Witcher for this and now they're firing him. Somebody said he should just start an OnlyFans and let the fans support him as he gets a new job in DC or goes back to Witcher. None of it is true or confirmed at the time of this video being filmed. I'm filming this at noon on Thursday. None of any of that. It's all speculation. The only thing that we can probably definitively state is going to happen is that version of Wonder Woman is not going to happen. So what I'm getting at is, let's just wait and see. What do I want to have happen? Well, Dan, me, and Andy are bringing back Comics Experiment this weekend. We're actually going to talk about that. Or you can go click a video that I already filmed to Sal over on Absolutely Marvel and DC. Long story short, I'd love for them to do a definitive ending movie to everything that currently exists so you can keep making movies in that timeline and place it before that ending movie, or start a new one going after that ending movie, both of which could work. But I've already talked for about probably 15 minutes now, and I don't think I should do another 20-minute video about my theories about what DC should do. I would love if they keep Henry Cavill. I would love if they keep Gal Gadot. I would love if they keep Jason Momoa. I want to see the same cast go, and what I want to do is them to acknowledge that Zack Snyder's universe is the one that we're in, but he's not coming back. So everything he did exists, and we're moving forward from there. That's what I would love to see as a fan of Snyder's work, but I'm not James Gunn. I don't have an official Twitter, and I can tell you right now, in about 2 weeks, this video is going to be totally not valid. Now, check out our sponsor, GamerSupps. Please go check out our other sponsor, Shortboxed. Both links will be down below. And if you enjoy the work that I do here, please consider checking out Tales of the Mind. It's a channel where I'm just basically doing out of passion. I'm making short stories and then I'm narrating them back to you, and we'd love to get your feedback over there. Or if you enjoy these more broad topics and you want them on a regular basis, we do have Absolutely Marvel and DC. It's a podcast channel with nearly daily videos, me and my friends talking about everything going on in the world of comics. And yes, you heard it right at the beginning, I'm looking for a way to bring back Comicstorian. I have a lot of projects going on. I'd love to have you be a part of them. But if you're just watching this video, thank you for your continued support, and let me know your opinions down below as to what you think is going on in DC.